Episode 86 of the Marketing Life podcast. This is Taylor Timothy, your host. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about averages for email marketing. So some statistics that I found online because I was actually curious what people average as far as like open rates go, click-through rates go, unbounce rates go, different things like that. So let's not waste any more time and dive right in. So guys, this question came to me earlier this week and I started Googling it. I'm like, I'm curious to know like what benchmarks people are hitting. What are some of their benchmarks when it comes to email marketing? And surprisingly, in my opinion, it's still going. Some people say email's dead. I say not. I think email is always going to work. I think these numbers are going to kind of hold across the board as far as email marketing goes. Are they going to get back into the 80, 90 percentile? No. If I had to guess, back in the day when it first came out, you had way high click-through rates and open rates, and they were just through the roof. But right now, from what I'm seeing, I actually found, and I'm using MailChimp's data that they have as far as industry standards and things like that. Just kind of to give you guys a benchmark for open rates as well. Note, this was released in 2008, so it's almost been a year since they've gone in and updated this, but it's still, in my opinion, a pretty solid benchmark that you can go after. So basically, as far as open rates go, what they're seeing in all of the industries across the board is anywhere from, I'm seeing 15%, and the highest benchmark that I'm seeing on their data is around 26%. So 18 to 26% on an open rate. So what does that entail if you're new to online marketing? Basically, someone opens the email once it's sent to them. So we're talking 2 in 10 people, 2 out of 10 are actually going to open up the email. So open rates around 20%. Shoot for that. The next one I looked up on the same spreadsheet is a click-through rate. So basically, they're open the email and then they're clicking the links and going to your website. So this was shockingly lower than I thought. Basically, the industry standard here on click-through rate is around, there's anywhere from 1 to 3%. That's kind of the standard, people clicking to the website from the email. So again, super low as far as that goes. And last but not least, the unsubscribe rate. So the unsubscribe rate is pretty low and pretty promising for all of us. So it's actually 0.21% is like the lowest, and the highest is like 0.34%. So the unsubscribe rates are really low. So what that tells me, in my opinion, is a lot of people have yet to find that unsubscribe button down at the bottom of the email that you're supposed to have for industry standard, right? But what I want to talk about is email marketing a little bit deeper from my personal beliefs with email marketing and things like that. So obviously these numbers are semi-low as far as open rates go and click-through rates go. But how I personally look at it is where email marketing succeeds is when you're constantly nurturing these people. So a lot of people just send like one email and then they might send an email in the next 5-6 months. And in my opinion, it's like, no, you need to be sending out emails on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So the thing is, yeah, your open rates are going to they might maintain the same open rate, but your click-through rate's going to stay the same. And again, you're going to be driving people back to your website. So if you can send more emails, you're going to get more open rates. Technically, you're going to get more people opening it, and you're going to get more people clicking to your website, and so on and so forth. And you might say, well, Taylor, people might start unsubscribing from our mailing list. And in my opinion, if they unsubscribe, they're not a buyer anymore. they have officially unbought your product and they're done buying your products. And on top of that, you're having to pay for them to be in your list, and potentially, in my opinion, why wouldn't you want them off of your list if they're never going to buy your products or service? Because you're having to pay for those people in your CRM. So that's just how I look at it. And then some simple tips and tricks I want to share with you guys to help open rates increase. You're giving away free products or service and continuing to nurture those people. So if you do like a free offer, like a free quote, free something, a lot of times I've seen higher open rates for these types of emails and higher click-through rates as well. So the more free stuff you're giving away is a little tip and trick that you guys can get your open rates up and your CTRs up as well. So thanks guys for listening to episode 86 of the Marketing Life podcast. So guys, just a quick reminder before you guys take off. Again, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I appreciate it. I've been pushing hard. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I've been releasing podcasts every Tuesday and Thursday now to try and push myself a little bit harder, deliver more value, and continue growing myself personally. So thanks guys for listening. If you guys will please leave a review or anything like that, that's just going to help me out and continue pushing this podcast farther and farther. Other than that, guys, if you haven't checked out my online marketing master course, go over and check that out. Basically, it's going to teach you guys everything you need to know from start to finish with online marketing. And if you really wanted to become a full-time online marketer, you could by taking this course. So thanks guys for listening, and peace.